What's up guys, welcome back for another Yugioh Pro Duel video. New Normal Knight support was revealed earlier today and it's actually quite good. They got a couple of new cards. Again, they're already up on Yugioh Pro, so let's try them out. Let's take a look. They've got a couple of monsters, well, kind of like a hand trap. The first one here is Noble Knight Ivana, however you want to pronounce it. I'm not really sure about the amount, right? As you see here, this particular deck counts 50 cards. It's somewhat comfortable since, again, the Normal Knight engine does take up a lot of main deck spaces, and I'm looking at equips, so running over 40 cards I think is justified. So the first one here being the Ivana or something like that, it can generate a token when it's like equipped with a Noble Knight, you know, equip. So again, giving you the second warrior type on your side of the field, so opening up those Isolde plays. It does have a restriction that as soon as you use her effect, you cannot special summon other monsters other than Noble Knight. So again, it might just be fine as a one-off because of the new trap card. This card is so good. Does have a graveyard effect, and this new trap card I think might be a 3-off, still needs a lot of testing, but this card just screams Boars. Again, Boars in the main deck, just use Boars effect, reveal 3 traps, you know, of your Noble Arms, what is it called, until Noble Arms are needed again. Again, having that grave effect, you cannot use it during the same turn when it's sent to the graveyard, but it's basically during your next turn, banish one of your trap cards and then special summon a Noble Knight from your deck. So again, adding in those Isolde plays. So again, Boars in the main deck is fantastic, right? As for the rest, they also got like a new hand trap. I believe its name is her name is Morgan, but I'm not really sure if you should main deck it. It's very similar to Subterror's Fiendness, but again, more testing needs to be done. Currently not in the main deck, but you know, it's definitely debatable. As for the rest, they also got the new ROTA spell, Heritage of the Chalice. Fantastic card. Can search pretty much every Noble Knight card from your deck. So again, 50 cards, but again justified because Armageddon Knight as well. Malicious, basically a 1-card Isolde. I mean, it's basically Isolde Turbo, right? So yeah, let's see a couple of example duels. Okay, first game. Again, going first, right, 50 card top deck, about 50 card top deck, and maybe the better play here was to use the quick play spell card to equip with the Noble Knight equip that prevents destruction, right? In this way, I could, at least I would have been able to keep my Call by the Grave. I think the trap card is still glitched. I mean, the trap card is fantastic. It's basically Pot of Duality. If you activate it, I mean, just excavate the top cards equal to the amount of Noble Knight equips you have on your side of the field. So that's like 2, 3, here in this case it would be 3, and then you can add one of those excavated cards from your, you know, excavated cards to your hand. So again, fantastic if you're digging for those hand traps, right, during your opponent's turn. And again, the trap card also has that special summoning effect from the deck, so basically a Lone Fire Blossom for the archetype, right? Anyway, you know, banishing the trap card, so searching any Noble Knight from my deck and special summoning to my side of the field. I believe there is a small restriction that it has to be another name compared to the Noble Knight monsters you already have on your side of the field. So Malicious here in the main deck, it's just every warrior-oriented deck you can slap in Armageddon Knight engine with Malicious, basically again that 1-card Isolde play, right? And just take your opponent by the throat, and that's also because of Gumblar. Gumblar definitely has its uses here in the deck. I'm looking at Phoenix Blade, I'm looking at potential dead cards in your hand, but basically, again, you're running Isolde, Summon Sorceress, etc, etc, so making Gumblar with like an Exceed summon after that is very easy, right? Then again, I'm not really sure if he can banish the trap card, the Normal Knight trap card during your opponent's turn to special summon something. I don't think so, but again, correct me if I'm wrong. Again, that can be important to trigger Gumblar. And as you saw here in the deck, I'm not running, at least I ran the, what is it called, Dawn Knight? You know, when it's like sent to the graveyard, you can send, what is it, Lady of the Lake from your deck to the graveyard. And that's, not really sure if I want to main deck those. I get, you know, the combos with your level 5s and potentially going for extra link. I know Noble Knights do have the opportunity to put extra link on the field, but it's a multiple card combination and again, forces you to run more bricks in the main deck next to the multiple other ones, but again, you know what I mean. So I'm not really sure if I want to focus on extra linking. You might want to do that, but again, it's up to you, whatever you want to do, right? So again, having Gumblar, multiple hand traps, impermanences as well in the main deck, 50 cards, but again, I think it's well justified, right? And bit unfortunate, the discard, well, the Link-Green duo off of Gumblar did trigger 2 searches on his part during his, well, again, during the end phase of my first turn, but yeah, whatever, in the long run, again, a very solid setup. Again, going first, you know, going first, going second, it's just to showcase the new support here. Depends, right? I'm still looking for the card ratios and potential combos you can set up. I think eventually, at least in this particular combo, you know, featuring Summon Sorcerers, etc. Previously, Dawn Knight and Lady of the Lake would have been very solid. You know, going for Gumblar, etc. and using your level 5 from the grave, Reborning Lady, etc. etc. But I think, especially because of this new trap card, going for boars during this particular combo with, and as I mentioned before, this particular combo can be put as soon as you, at least can be used as soon as you put Isolde on the field. So again, I think you have to go for boars first turn, setting up 2 copies of the trap card in your grave, and the third one will be added to your hand, right? So using the effect of excavating something and, well, eventually adding it to your hand, right? So again, very, very solid support. Anyway, the Excited Knight just dumps on this deck, and also one of the weaknesses of this deck is, of course, side deck. I might want to main deck, what is it called, Rivalry of Warlords, also something you definitely want to do, or at least can do, but it's the side deck that nukes Noble Knights and hand traps as well. So, I mean, 50 cards running over 40 cards decreases the chance of you opening with Called by the Grave, but it's such an important card. And what is it called, Solemn, the Solemn card, pay 3000, it's not Solemn, Solemn Scolding. Yeah, Solemn Scolding is also something you might want to consider, obviously. So Unicorn sending back A, Cerberus getting a draw and sending back, at least destroying the C, right? So he only has B on the field, and he's going to scoop. I'm not really sure why. I mean, we still at the duel, right? He just need to suicide with B to search A, use a normal summon for Buster, but whatever, right? So another duel. Against Spell the Magicians, the opponent starting off. This is an okay hand, I mean. Again, 50 cards. 51 was too much, right? So again, using the Ghost Ogre on the Electromite, always being greedy, I guess. But yeah, maybe you should take the chance. So going for the rank 4 Exceed, play Star, Time Storm Magician indeed. I have to play around it, not really sure if I can attack for a game or go for a game. And, well, depends here on your hand. If you already have the Equip card, you could potentially just normal summon Armageddonite and go from there, like Malicious, Isolde, Summon Sorcerers, etc, etc. Or, you know, you already have the Equip card, so go for Modrot, or whatever its name is. Again, my apologies if I mispronounce it, but, you know, just go for boards, etc, etc. And I think I wasn't able to attack for a game, so I go for Gumblar, eventually get rid of 1 card, the 1 searched card in my opponent's hand, and going for the Artrogius? I butchered the name. But you know which one I mean, right? The rank 4 Exceed that basically Harpies, Feather Dusters your opponent's back row, right? So getting the impermanence, I believe Ghost Ogre was negated by the Call by the Grave, and again, just take your opponent by the throat as soon as possible, right? Malicious just basically Isolde the Father and helps you upgrading your Link stuff, potentially putting some firepower, so yeah, so some big beat sticks on board, like Unicorn or you know, a Boral Sword Dragon to get rid of your opponent's monsters, right? So opening first turn, it's basically just Isolde Turbo, right? Going first here in this situation, having the Isolde ready with the special summon of the Noble Knights, you know, that special summon itself from the hand. So basically I'm still looking for the correct combo. I mean, you have a lot of potential things you can do. Again, extra Link is an option if you have that, if you have the dedicated extra deck space, right? But the Gumblar with the rank 5 Exceed play, again, is one of those options with the hand trap. I was lucky, I guess, with the Malicious discard, revealing the trap card, getting something back to my hand. I believe the Ash Blossom indeed, so super solid. So he knows I have the Ash Blossom, and again, yep, the Ghost Ogre is eventually going to seal the deal. So a couple of quick games, but again, it's just to showcase the new support. I'm still, again, working on the correct ratios, but it was just to get a feeling of these new cards. But again, boars, fantastic with this new trap cards. It again ensures some follow-up plays from Normal Knight. So again, that's already a problem that's somewhat solved. But again, like always, feel free to leave suggestions, BLS, like what is it called, Dawn Knight, Lady of the Lake, maybe Unexpected Die with Rescue Rabbits, also options, Rivalry of Warlords in the main deck. So those are definitely all options I'm thinking about. And of course, the card ratios is still, it still needs more testing. Okay, guys, that's it. Thanks for watching and feel free to leave a card or a like if you enjoyed the video. Lithium signing out. Peace.